Hello, Mr. Parsons here to talk to you a little bit about how to use the MLA formatting and save resources in a bibliography. The reason we have to do that is because students all the time start to do research papers. They find sources, they take notes on them, and then they throw the bibliographical information away. And all of a sudden, when it's time to turn their papers in, they're scrambling to write a bibliography. That is crazy. The way to do this is to make your citations first. Make sure that you know where all of your information comes from. So here I am. I've got a research essay beginning opened up here. I've created a title called Research Paper on Water Resources. I was feeling very creative. And I've also got an article, and I've sort of hidden the article back here. What I'm going to do is look at this article, which is something from the New York Times, and it's about water resources and shortages. And it's got all kinds of bibliographical information that I need to use. So how am I going to get this information into a Works Cited? Well, it's actually pretty easy. You've got this great feature in Microsoft Word called Document Elements. And in the Document Elements section, you have this thing over here called References. Now the References section has an option to do it with the APA format, which is for psychologists, or MLA, that's for English people. And since we're doing English, I'll use that. What we're going to do now is click on this button here, Manage. So far, I haven't added any sources, but if I lift this up a little bit, I've got a plus sign down here in the corner, and if I click on it, that allows me to enter a new one. So I'm going to drag this over here a little bit, and I'm going to click on my article, and now I'll be able to see everything. So first, we've got to get the correct type of source. This is not a book, it's actually a newspaper article. So I'm going to click on here, and let's see if we can find newspaper, article in a periodical. That's the one. Now, this one actually does have an author, and the author is Jack Healy. So I'm going to type his name in. And then we go back to the article, and we have a title for the article. So we're going to go over here and look for the title, which is For Farms in the West, Oil Wells Are Thirsty Rivals. Now I'm just going to go ahead and select this because it's a lot easier to select stuff and copy and paste it than it is to actually type it in. So there we go. I use the command button and V to paste it. And I just did it twice, so I'm going to use Command Z to undo the second paste. The periodical title is the New York Times. And this comes from this year, which is in 2012. And this month is September. Today is the 6th. And I don't have an editor for it, or a short title or an edition, and I'm not going to put any comments here. So I'm just going to say OK. And now you'll notice that on this form where it says citations, I have this resource right here. So now I've got my first source saved as part of my bibliography. When it comes time to put it into the paper, it's quite easy to resolve. All I have to do is get out of this. And now let's say I've typed my whole paper out. I've done everything that I need to do. I've typed my 3 or 4 or 20 pages or whatever it is. And when I reach the end of my last page, I'm just going to insert a page break. So I'm going to click up here on Insert, and under Break it says Page Break. So I'm just going to do that. And here I am at the next page. And now, like magic, I'm going to get my bibliography. We go back to our Document Elements, and we go back to References, and here it says Bibliography, but we want a Works Cited. So I just click on Works Cited, and boom, there it is. I'll scroll up a little bit so that you can see it. Now, there are a couple of things that are a little bit funky about this. One is it's not double spaced, so I can just highlight all of this, go back to my home section and do my double spacing so that it's double spaced. And we're going to center this thing called Works Cited. And then we have to make these correctly aligned, and that using this little guy over here. What I have to do is just drag the bottom line over here like that. And that's what each of these should look like. Now I have a paper and I have a Works Cited. That's all there is to it. Happy writing.